Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome back to another video here with me at Sweet Girl Farms. So my name is Liset. For all of the new followers, thank you for following me. And I know I get a lot of visitors here at the farm stand, so thank you so much for coming by. And also thank you to everyone that spreads the word that I'm out here. It really means a lot when I hear that people recommend my freak stand to other friends and family. So thank you so much. Today's topic is one of the things that has been on my mind lately. So if you guys don't know, I do a flower farm here at the farm each summer. This year I am falling behind on my planting schedule, but with that said, one of the things that has come to my mind in regards to planting and giving priority to certain flowers is the question of how do I know which flowers to plant or how to plan for what to grow in the season. And so one of the things that makes me be thoughtful throughout my process is what's gonna give me the longest harvest window in terms of, and also in terms of the usage that I can get out of a given crop. So just to be a little bit more specific, there's flowers that are single stem and will only give you one harvest, and they'll only be in season for a week. So that's one of the factors that I consider is the crop worth it for me to have for that 1 week, let's say week and a half, 2 tops, and pushing it, for the return that I get both in price and also in quality, I suppose is what you can say, or size. So whatever I'm trying to do with flowers is do arrangements and bouquets, and if there's a certain aesthetic that I'm going towards, will those flowers work out for me, and will I get a good return? So that's one of the things that I keep in mind. And I know that there's point A, B, C, and D within that single question and answer, but that's just the thought process that I go through. And then the second question was, or the second part was how long, and then the return. And if there's crops that give me a long harvest window, so for example, last year I did basil, and I want to do basil again this season, and I know that basil has a very long harvest period, so I know that I'm going to be able to take advantage of a single plant with a lot of harvest coming out of that plant. Then that's another thing that I consider when I choose out the seeds that I'm going to start, and then the space that I'm going to allocate in my farm for those plants. So that's the other question that goes through my head. And I don't know, or I still don't have a compilation of flowers that meet those 2 requirements. And the reason for that is I'm still experimenting. So I'm still planting new flowers this season that I don't know what the answer is to both those questions. So it's still my experimental season. And then just to end the thought process, a third question to consider is how much space do I have, and how much space do I need to allocate to each of these plants? So going back with, let's say, sunflowers, since I know that I personally prefer the single stem sunflowers, meaning that I only get 1 flower per seed per plant, I like those, but I know that they're going to occupy more space because I only get 1 flower, so I have to plant more of those. And in order for me to get a good size on them, I need to leave sufficient space for them in between each flower. So that's another thing that I consider and that I try to plan for. And I mean try because then I go crazy and then I just start planting all the seeds that I have, and it's not the smartest thing because, like I said, I need to allocate enough space for each plant to grow to its full potential, or take advantage of its capacity to which it can produce me the best flowers. So in terms of quality, the best, in terms of stem length, the best, in terms of the flower head, like the size of the flower head, the best, so all of those are factors that I consider. And then at the very end, I'll consider some flowers or seeds or plants, whatever it is, that I just want to plant because I just want to plant them. So those are at the end of the list, and I resist the urge to always plant whatever it is I want. So I have to be smart about it. So that's just a little bit of background of the thought process that goes into planning the flower farm. And those same concepts and questions can be applied to different crops. So if you're into veggies and planning out a garden, then you can also take into consideration those questions. Also, like I said, I personally like single stem sunflowers, but that's my personal preference. And so the thing with veggies can be the same thing. It's like if you're fond of a certain veggie, then you might want to grow more of those as opposed to something you're not fond of. You're not fond of. So that's also, each person has their own twist to their growing, what they're growing, because there's differences between all of us. So that's also something that can differentiate what I grow apart from whatever what another farm has. So yeah, those are just things that I think about that might help you in thinking through how you plan out a garden, a farm. I mean, really, whatever size land you have to grow on can help. So yeah, I leave you with that. I mean, there's so many things that go through my head at the same time. That's why I stop and don't always say what I'm thinking, because there's just so many things. But as far as this season, that's how I'm prioritizing. So I do have like a big box of seeds. Yeah, I have a big box of seeds, and this is not all of them. Yeah, I spend a lot of time researching flowers and their growing conditions and studying how to grow the best flowers so that the crop that I get is adequate for what I'm trying to do and in terms of sales. So yeah, it takes time, more than anything, to really determine and double down on what you want to grow. And I say the time part because it is having a lot of patience with growing plants. First off, you just need to let them grow and let them be, and then eventually they'll give you something. But along with that also comes challenges. It's not just putting a seed in the ground and then letting it do its thing. There's gonna be creepy crawlies that are gonna like your veggies and your flowers and your trees. And they're gonna want to invade the plants and take them away from you before you get to them. But that's part of the game. So yeah, just also keep that in mind. It's challenging, but it's also fun, and then that's how you keep learning on how to modify your garden to your conditions, and just let time do its thing. But also take some consideration to what's happening, observe, and do research on how other people have succeeded or done what you think you want to do, and get ideas from different parts, from different people, and then put it to your own good use. Alrighty guys, so I've done enough talking. I'll let you guys go, and I'm gonna get to seeding, so I might do a separate video on the things that I'm gonna seed. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to help and share the knowledge that I have accumulated, and I hope it helps. Alright guys, take care.